Welcome back to another session with me, Andreas Spanner, Chief Architect at the APAC CTO office. Today I'm going to cover federated learning with OCM and RHACM. What's OCM and RHACM, you might ask? Good question. OCM stands for Open Cluster Management, and it's actually the upstream project of RHACM, which stands for Red Hat Advanced Cluster Management. It's really the enterprise-grade solution for multi-cluster management of OpenShift or Kubernetes as such. And federated learning, what is federated learning? Just a quick recap. It is if you deploy the same model across different locations, could be edge locations, for example, or just distributed different server-grade clusters, then the model is not just deployed for inference, it's also deployed to train the model at the edge locations. When would you do that? You would do that if you want to reduce the data volume going back to a central location like public cloud, for example, or if you have data privacy concerns, so that you actually don't want to share the data like patients' data, for example, but you do want to collaborate. And so what you share then instead is the model weights and the model parameters to actually give it to an aggregator server, and then the fusion process is based on different algorithms, putting those updated model parameters and weights together. So now, where does OCM and RHACM come in? Like OCM has now introduced the CRDs, the Custom Resource Definitions, in a Kubernetes context to define something like federated learning. And that would be at a central cluster, you have your federated learning CRD, and with that, you define specific clients that could be, as I said earlier, edge locations or just server grade hospital or retail shops type infrastructure. And those different clients, they now participate in that federated learning context. So now, if you run federated learning, there's a multitude of different algorithms and different frameworks out there. There is, for example, Flower out there. There is OpenFL out there as well, or Flare. So there's many different. There's IBM actually has written also a great white paper around their federated learning framework. I think it's from 2020. It's pretty great explaining the fundamentals. The point here is, however, that you want to take undifferentiated heavy lifting away. So even though there's high complexity in setting up those, or there can be high complexity setting up your federated learning environment, the point is that you actually, as an end user or organization, you want to focus on the actual use case that you employ in order to cover your federated learning use cases. What are use cases for federated learning? For example, disease research in a hospital context, different loss prevention or theft prevention in retail stores, or in a orbital satellite type communication environment, the update and the sharing of updated models in context of intermittent communication outages, because the satellites can't always communicate with each other. So this is pretty much what OCM and RHACM take away for the end users or an organization, so that they can focus on the actual use case. If you have more questions, please reach out to the Red Hat team, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.